And finally, ever since the Second World War, the wreck of an American aircraft carrier has lain undiscovered on the ocean bed. Now the USS Lexington has been found 2 miles under the sea, and it must be said that the images from down there are pretty stunning. Lexington was scuttled after being hit by Japanese bombs and torpedoes in 1942. And strange but true, the expedition that located the wreck was funded by one of the founders of Microsoft.
This is the first glimpse of the USS Lexington in 3/4 of a century.
This is one of the 5-inch guns on the port stern quarter of Lexington.
The grave of one of America's great World War II ships has been discovered by an expedition in deep waters off the coast of Papua New Guinea.
Right there, Lexington, L-E-X.
Oh yeah, stamped into the steelwork.
For years, the Lexington was destined to serve with her sister ship, the Saratoga.
She was one of America's earliest aircraft carriers, converted from a battle cruiser. And in 1942, her task was to halt Japanese naval advances.
Carrying death to our enemies in the Pacific and elsewhere.
The Lexington came under sustained attack. And according to the US Navy's chief historian, it was a single strike that ultimately doomed the carrier.
One of the torpedoes caused a crack in an aviation fuel supply, and the fumes started to seep throughout the ship. An electrical spark several hours after the Japanese attack ignited this fuel and caused a massive explosion.
That explosion killed over 200 American sailors. Nearly 3,000 more were plucked to safety.
The giant aircraft carrier was obviously nearing her last moments when this film was shot.
The loss of the great ship occurred during the Battle of the Coral Sea, the first time in history that two opposing aircraft carriers engaged in a direct battle. The expedition to locate and film the Lexington was funded by the Microsoft co-founder and billionaire Paul Allen, who provided his personal research ship for the mission. The discovery of the wreck has brought back memories of the young man who died in these waters 76 years ago.
We must never forget the valor and the sacrifice of those who died defending this country. These sailors on the Lexington died in order to hold the line so that the United States could get ready for war, build up our fleet, build more aircraft carriers, and that's eventually what defeated the Japanese.
Oh yeah.
Today, 2 miles below the ocean surface, the legacy of that famous naval air battle litters the seabed. Robert Moore, News at 10, Washington.